Let's start first, guys, with your reaction to the best awards and Messi winning the award. Level on points in terms of voting with Erling Haaland, but he had the tiebreaker in that he'd got the most first place scores, basically the most 5-point scores. The period that was supposed to be from was December 19th, 2022 to August 20th, 2023. So that would have been after the World Cup. So there has been quite a lot of talk about whether it should be Lionel Messi. Should it be for you, Yanis?
No, and I'm a massive fan of Leo Messi in that old debate, Ronaldo Messi or Messi against anybody for that matter. But no, I mean, we stretched it a little bit last season, I thought, right? Because we felt that, he needed a bow, that red bow on his career, winning the World Cup, because we know the pressure that he's been under in terms of that for Argentina, not delivering that. And, that whole conversation of how do we judge him against, say, someone like Maradona, who's won the World Cup. So I thought there was a little bit of a stretch last season based on the entire year. But because he plays such a vital role for Argentina, not just in winning it, but obviously his play alone, we gave it to him this year. I mean, this is just crazy. I mean, I couldn't believe it in a way. And I think we're used to this, right? I mean, we take these awards for what they are, and I didn't lose any sleep over it. But I'll tell you what, everyone that voted for Messi to win it should be barred from voting ever again, really, because that's just nonsense.
Are they rioting in Manchester, Rob, that Haaland didn't get it?
Yeah, and probably rightfully so, because, as you said at the top of the show there, the qualifying period for this award didn't include the World Cup, which you would assume that is the reason why Messi has won it. That and the fact that he's got this fantastic reputation within the game. If you look purely on the qualifying period, Erling Haaland has scored 52 goals in a season where City have won absolutely everything. So if you're basing it purely on that qualifying period, Erling Haaland has done the most and won the most in that time frame. So there's a very, very strong argument why Erling Haaland should have won it. You kind of have to start bending the rules a little bit to get to the point where Messi wins it. So, I don't think that Erling Haaland is losing any sleep over it. I'm sure he would have liked to win it. I don't think he'll care that much. But certainly City fans, if you look all over social media, have been arguing all day about why their guy should have won it and not Messi.
Go on, Yanis.
Well, I tell you, and Haaland, I mean, winning a treble, breaking just about every record there is to be broken, right? And you're not winning this with Leo Messi that, scored what, was it 9 goals and 6 assists in 22 appearances for PSG and a trophy in the United States that was just, first year, just a made up tournament for the first time ever. But, I mean, maybe there's a reason why they, all three of them didn't show up, right? Messi, because he probably knew, he was embarrassed that he was going to get that. Even though he's not doing anything. So, I mean, normally we say during the season, sometimes when they show up because there's a game 2 days from now or whatever it is, right? So, I mean, it's off season right now. I mean, I know they're training, but he could have been there. Haaland, you tell me how long is that train ride for him to get there. And Mbappe maybe had some excuse, but this is that trophy that not 3 of them didn't take it seriously, and as we know, some of these players know well ahead of time who wins this. So bit of a farce.
I just want to make one. If anyone's watching this, thinking, how important are these awards? What do they all mean? One very, very quick point: Edison, City goalkeeper, was voted as the best goalkeeper in the world, but didn't get in the team, in the FIFA Best 11 team in goal. That was Thibaut Courtois. So if you're looking for an example of how skewed these awards are, it's right there. Forget Haaland and Messi. Edison is the best goalkeeper in the world, but also not the best goalkeeper in the world, both at the same time.
Don't get me going on the starting 11.
Because I know where he's going to go with this, with his son Rodri. But don't worry, Yanis, because we're going to be talking about Rodri in a minute in PL Express. Just to follow up, though, Rob, because obviously you're a journalist. I know you're probably happy to have not had to vote on this and what you've got to go through to do so. But when it comes to the players, do you think they don't really look at what the qualifying period is and just think, oh, who do I think is the best player in the world? Oh, it's him.
I would think that that's the case. I mean, it's the same with any of these awards. You get a similar kind of reaction to the PFA awards in the UK, in that you end up having to vote. The ballots go out in around March time to professional footballers in the Premier League. They all vote. and it tends to be the player who's having a great period around sort of February and March who ends up coming out on top. It's just professional players. Professional players will have their opinion in their head. Who's the best player in the world? Right, I think it's Messi. Tick the box. I'm not sure many of them have looked at the qualifying period and actually sat down to give it proper thought. Again, you probably can argue that Messi is the best player in the world, or certainly has been for so many years. Does he deserve to win this award? Probably not. But you're right. You're right to point out the fact that some of these players voting, and probably some of the journalists, some of the national team coaches haven't looked at it properly either, and that's why we are where we are with Messi winning.
Anyway, with all that being said, congratulations to Lionel Messi.